In our shop, we break in all of our rifles completely before we send them to our customers. That means a lot of cleaning, a lot of scrubbing. Now, we don't necessarily have time to wait for a solvent to soak to do the work. You know, we found that the fastest way to remove copper fouling, which is the copper deposits from your bullet passing down the bore, is to brush the bore with a product called KG12. Now, KG12 is not an ammonia-based solvent, so it's pretty friendly in the guys in the shop. KG also has a complete line of products, starting with KG1 for removing your carbon fouling, or the fouling from your powder burning, and KG4, which you can finish up after you've cleaned your bore. You can do a light coating of oil to make sure your first shots are where they're supposed to be. Now, it's a pretty simple process. The first thing we're going to do is saturate a couple patches and run them through the bore with the KG1 product. That'll remove all that carbon fouling, and carbon fouling is essentially just the deposits and residue from all that powder combustion. And they'll come out black because there's usually a big mess there. And when we're breaking in a gun, we're cleaning, you know, every couple shots for the first 30 to 40 shots. So it's important to keep those barrels clean and to do it in a hurry. So 2 patches through with the KG1, that gets rid of the bulk of that fouling. On a visual inspection at the end of the bore, we'll see that it will take all the black, dark fouling out of the barrel, and it will leave some bright copper streaks. Now, those bright copper streaks are a great indicator of your copper fouling, you know, when it's present and when it's gone. The second step of our cleaning process removes copper faster than anything else that we've been able to find. Essentially, we're going to use the KG12 product, and we're going to brush that in the bore. It's a mechanical process, so there's a lot of brush strokes. We're going to use a nylon brush because it wears a little bit better, because it doesn't give us false indicators of fouling, and most importantly, it will allow us to reverse the direction in the bore. So I'm just going to push that brush through the bore, use the KG12 product. We're going to saturate that brush, and then I'm going to do about 2 dozen strokes. You may need to reapply the solvent. And this is a mechanical process. It takes a little elbow grease. See, I can reverse that brush at the end of the barrel. Now, once I've got a couple dozen strokes, I'm going to push a dry patch through there and take a look at that copper fouling. Now, depending on how heavily fouled your gun is, you may need to repeat that process a couple times. So we'll just take a look at that fouling, and if it's gone, then we're done scrubbing. Okay, the copper fouling's gone. To finish up our bore condition, I'm going to push a couple more dry patches in there to make sure all of our solvent's removed. Make sure there's no residual cleaner left. And if you've got a good jag and a tight fitting patch, it saves just a little trouble there. Now, we generally like to put a couple drops of oil on a patch and stroke that back and forth in the bore to get some good bore surface conditioning, and then we'll finish with 1 dry patch. And what we found is that in most guns, that'll give us a first shot that is inside the group of the next couple shots, so it simulates fouling your barrel. So follow that with a dry patch. Okay, with that dry patch to the bore, I'm ready to take some shots, and I expect it to be inside my group. I'm Aaron Davidson, and using the KG product line, you can expect to clean your bore in under 5 minutes.